Hello and welcome to all of you. I am Anil Arora, Assistant Professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. So today we will discuss the fourth session of power amplifiers, in which the class AB amplifier will be discussed. This is under the course Analog Electronic Circuits, and the contents which we will discuss in these sessions are class AB amplifier, push-pull circuit and complementary symmetry circuits. As we discussed in class B, there are two types of class B circuits, push-pull circuits and complementary symmetry circuits. In class AB also, there are two circuits, push-pull circuit and complementary circuits. And these are the reference for today's session. Class AB amplifier. As we discussed in section 1, during the classification of power amplifiers, in class AB amplifier, the quotient point, that is the Q point, is set between the center of load line and cutoff point. Hence, the output signal varies between 180 degree to 360 degree. So let's see, here we can see that the Q point is set above the cutoff point. We have in class A amplifier, the Q point is set in the middle of load line. In class B amplifier, the Q point is set at the cutoff point. But in class AB amplifier, the Q point is set above the cutoff point. So when the Q point is set above the cutoff point, we have the output signal like this. We receive one cycle full at the output and some part of the second cycle is received at the output. Another thing, when the Q point is set at this point, some AC, some collector current will flow and power consumption will be there whenever there is a no AC signal. It means its efficiency is less than class B amplifier. So it has one advantage, that it removes crossover distortion as it was in the class B amplifier, and the disadvantage is maximum efficiency is reduced, that is the less than 78.5%. In class B amplifier, we received maximum efficiency 78.5%. Now since the Q point is above the cutoff point and some minimum very less power consumption will be there in the absence of AC signal, hence maximum efficiency is less than 78.5% in case of class AB amplifier. Circuit diagrams. As we discussed in class B amplifier, there are two type of circuits. One in which same type of transistors are used, that is called the push-pull class B amplifier. Another in which two different types of transistors are used. One is NPN and another is PNP, and that was the complementary symmetry class B amplifier. As the class AB amplifier is the modification of class B amplifier, in class AB also we are having two types of circuit. One is the push-pull type, in which we are using the same type of transistors, and another is the complementary symmetry, in which two different types of transistors are used. So let's discuss its first type, that is the push-pull class AB amplifier, in which we will use same type of transistors amplifier. So let's draw the circuit of push-pull class AB amplifier. So we have two transistors. This is the transformer at the output section. Here we receive the output voltage, and in the input section also we have the transformer. Here we apply the input voltage signal, that is the Vi. This is the transistor Q1 and this is the transistor Q2. VCC is connected to center tapping of primary winding of output transformer. Now, this is the same circuit as we discussed in the class B amplifier. For class AB amplifier, there is a modification in the circuit, that is, so let's change the, this is the modification for class AB amplifier. We have the resistor R and the diode D. This point is connected to center tap terminal of secondary winding of input transformer. So let's discuss the working of this circuit. As the current passes through this branch, there is a voltage drop across diode D, that is the VD. If the diode and transistors of same kinds, that is a silicon, the voltage drop will be 0.7 volt. This 0.7 volt will be at base of both transistors. Here we can see that this is connected to secondary winding of transformer, and hence we can say that the VBE1 and VBE2 both are at 0.7 volt. So when the VBE of both transistors is set at 0.7 volt, the Q point is set just above the cutoff point, that is on the onset of conduction of transistors here. Now when the AC input signal is applied, during the positive cycle, when the input signal is just above the 0 volt, the transistor Q1 starts conducting. Hence, the current will flow in this direction. Here we have the ground terminal. So the current will flow in this direction and we will receive the output voltage as positive cycle. During the negative cycle, transistor Q2 starts flowing. So the change in this circuit is that the base of both transistors is already at 0.7 volt. So whenever in the positive cycle, the voltage is just above 0 volt, the transistor Q1 starts conducting, and during the negative cycle, when the voltage is just below the 0 volt, the transistor Q2 starts working. So when during the negative cycle, when the Q2 starts working or is on, the current flows in opposite direction and we receive the negative cycle at the output. Hence, by biasing both of the transistors at 0.7 volt, we do not have the problem of crossover distortion in this circuit. So hence, by using the push-pull class AB amplifier, we can resolve the crossover distortion problem. In the second circuit also, where the complementary symmetry transistors are used, we can solve the problem of crossover distortion. Let's discuss that circuit. So that is the complementary symmetry circuit. Let's draw the circuit for complementary symmetry. So we have two transistors. Here we have the two diodes. Let's draw it again. So this is not good. So here we have the two diodes and two resistors. Here we apply the VCC. This is the resistor R. This is also the resistor R. This is the diode T1 and this is the diode T2, transistor Q1 and transistor Q2. So as in the class B amplifier, here too we apply the input AC signal on the base of both transistors. So let's discuss its working. So when the current flows through this branch of the circuit, here we can see that the voltage drop across these two transistors is 1.4 volt. 0.7 volt drop across each of the diodes. This voltage drop 0.7 volt, this voltage drop 0.7 volt, hence total 1.4 volt. Now when we see at the VBE of both of the transistors, here we have the VBE1 and here we have the VBE2. This. The polarity of VBE1 is, this is plus, this is minus. Since this is PNP type, it is plus, it is minus. So we can see that to keep the transistors at onset of conduction, we require 1.4 volt in between these 2 points. And due to the voltage drop across the diode D1 and D2, we receive the 1.4 volt across these 2 points. Hence, we can say that both the transistors are at onset of conduction. So whenever the input signal is applied, which will be superimposed on these voltages, 0.7 voltage drop across VBE1 and 0.7 voltage for VBE2. So during the positive cycle of the input signal, the transistor Q1 start conduction. Hence, here we have the output. So when the transistor Q1 starts conducting, we receive the output signal at this terminal. And during the negative cycle, this transistor Q2 starts working and we receive the negative cycle at the output without the crossover distortion. Hence, by using the two diode and two resistors, we can remove or we can resolve the problem of crossover distortion that was in class B amplifier. Hence, we can see that by using the class AB amplifier, whether in the push-pull configuration or the complementary symmetry configuration, we can resolve the crossover distortion problem. Thank you.